level of inflation in Nigeria and dire economy, there is a need for individuals to seek extra sources of income and also invest smartly. Joining us on the show this morning to discuss personal investment strategies for the year 2023 is Dr. Stephen Akintayo, Managing Director, GTEX Holdings, and founder, Stephen Akintayo Foundation. In addition to these tips, the Stephen Akintayo Foundation is set to launch its $5 million fund for 5 years, a grant from 2023 to 2027 to support 1,000 SMEs. Welcome to the morning show.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Your foundation recently launched a $5 million fund for 5 years to support 1,000 SMEs. Tell us about that. What inspired the creation of the fund?
Okay, so the Stephen Akintayo Foundation started 15 years ago. It used to be an NGO helping orphans, and then later we started giving bursary. We've currently worked with more than 5,000 kids that we've paid tuition fee for. Then during COVID-19, 2020, we saw the effect on small businesses. Our business started with just 1,000 naira 15 years ago as well. So we started this program where we're giving some people 500,000, some people 1 million to support their businesses. And we saw the success of that. A lot of those people really did well. And so 2023, we decided to say, let's formalize it and structure it, whereby going forward, we're going to be working with 1,000 SMEs in the next 5 years, each one getting $5,000 grants, but we'll make it progressionary. So gradual we start. This year, we're giving just 24 of them. Next year, we increase it to 48. 2015, increase it to 120. And like that, it grows till we get up to 1,000. And we currently just finished shortlisting the top 10. And so today we're doing the pitching to pick the first 2 that will win for January, and February again under 2. So by the end of the year, we have up to 24 for this year.
Interesting. So can you give us a breakdown of how the fund is to be administered in terms of percentage?
Yeah, so just like I said, our goal is to, first of all, pick 12 sectors. So the January is agriculture. We have grants for people in different sectors, renewable energy. We have grants for women in business. We have grants for manufacturing, young artists, different sector. But the goal, like I said earlier, is to break it down to 24 for year 2023, 48 for year 2024, 120 for year 2025. And then I think the highest will be year 2027, where we'll be having up to about 500 winning that year. But beyond the money as well is enough support. We have the Stephen Akintayo University, which is an online portal where we have courses from myself, Grant Cardone, Brian Tracy, Robert Kiyosaki, a lot of content. There are over 1,000 video courses to help them as well. So it's not just the money that they're getting a lot of support in entrepreneurship and mentorship as well.
Right. So how are you able to generate funds to create, this support system for SMEs, and how accessible is it been? And good to see you again, Stephen. Happy New Year.
Good to see you. Well, so for us is that over the years, I've been involved in a lot of coaching, mentoring. I've written 37 books. 3 more books are being launched on my birthday, 28th of January. So I've put in a lot of the funds I make from coaching, mentorship into our foundation. But the good news is that for this project, because it's quite huge, the GTEX Homes, our 25,000 housing scheme, a portion of our profit will be going towards this project in the next 5 years. So we're excited about that. We recently launched the 1,000 housing project. So a portion of our profit in that, GTEX will be giving that. And I also have a couple of friends who are willing to support this cause, and we're hoping more people will join. We hope you will join as well, and other people as well.
Well, you just announced your birthday, January 28th. We have a standard practice here, but I'll let you off the hook. Moving forward, let me ask you, is the grant just for startups or existing business owners? And is there a limit to how many people can apply for this?
Well, so the grant is for startups, but you started. We don't want all these ideas that have not been executed yet. We want that you've executed the idea in whatever small scale. You've proven that you have a value to offer. You've proven that the marketplace is willing to pay for the value that you have to offer in whatever small scale. And then we hope that the 5,000 then supports you to scale it. One of the advantages as well is that we'll be promoting those businesses on all my platforms. I have over 1 million social media followers as well, email list, a lot of my partners. In fact, tomorrow we have one of the biggest property developer in the US who will personally be coming to ask questions, give some counsel, and even will be the one to pick the top 2 winners for the month of January. So there's a lot of also leveraging on my connections and network in helping them to scale their business to the next level. But we want people who have started the business. A startup is still small. If your business is already big, we don't think you need to apply for this. We all need money. I need money more than anybody will think. So if it's a case of everybody needing money, we all need money, including the person giving the grants. But is that there are some more people who are still small and need some level of support, and this is for them.
All right, fair enough. So for many, 2023 is a pivotal year in Nigeria's economic history. People have come into the year with questions, some with aspirations, hopes, and dreams. As a personal finance coach, how do you think people can grow their personal finance this year?
Beautiful. It's going to be a tough year based on the data we're seeing. Amazon has let go 18,000 staff. Microsoft just announced they're about to let go 1,000. We're seeing so much going on in terms. So it's really going to be, the Bank of America president just announced that he sees a slight recession happening in the US this year. And I think it's kind of global already. So my advice is, first of all, you need to, at this point, begin to say, how do you invest in things that can help you even when things go bad? What if you lose your job, for example? Do you have some form of insurance that can pay you 50% of what you used to earn or 100% of what you used to earn for another few months while you're looking for another job? Here in Dubai, for example, the government did something fantastic, and I hope Nigeria will pick up from it to enforce that every employee subscribe to an insurance where you pay $1.47 every month. And if you pay that, if you lose your job, you will get 3 months of your salary while you're looking for another job. So even while you lose your job for 3 months, you're doing that. Now, we may not have that in other parts of the world in Nigeria, but there are insurance companies that you can, sign up for some form of program. There's annuity. There's other insurance programs that can help you. I don't have an insurance company that I'm marketing, by the way, but these are strategies, these are buffers that you can put in place in case things go bad, considering the data. As an entrepreneur as well, one of my advice has been find a way to monetize your own experiences, your own personal skills, your experiences in business, turn it into a book. Make money from that. You start mentoring people. Find a way. One of my biggest strengths, and that helped me in business, was my business grew when I stopped needing the business to pay my own personal bills. As soon as our business grew to a level where with or without the business, I'd, been able to generate other sources of income, I was able to make long-term decisions for the company, and the company was able to breed and grow very well. So even as an entrepreneur, can you structure a way to begin to earn income outside of your business so that you are not really tied up in situations like this where recession is around the corner, things are getting tougher. And once your mind is clear, it's easy to navigate the challenges of the season.
Real estate remains a big market. And speaking of what you said, there are insurance companies actually that offer that package where you get paid after you lose your job, all right? But as a major stakeholder in the real estate sector in Nigeria, Dubai, UK, US, what do you foresee for the sector globally? How can Nigerians participate and how can they benefit in the sector?
Well, I depends on the economy. I foresee a slowdown. The U.S. is experiencing that already because remember, during COVID-19, it was like a blessing for the real estate sector. There was a lot of boom. One, there was a lot of money going around. Secondly, as well, because remote work was encouraged. So you see somebody who probably was living in a very expensive apartment in New York or California having to move down to Dallas, and he's still able to do his job that was in New York, and he's able to use the same money he used to pay for one bedroom in Manhattan to pay for a 4-bedroom or 5-bedroom in Dallas, for example. But right now, because of the job cut, and most of the job cuts are in the area of remote work, you're seeing that people are having to be forced to return back to maybe 1-bedroom or studio or 2-bedroom in certain economies. In Dubai, we're in a booming season. It's been fantastic since last year, and that run is still going on due to, of course, Russian money is coming in. A lot of other I think from Lebanon and some other sectors, Europeans are also coming in as well, investing in the Dubai sector. And so there's a huge boom. For Nigeria, you have a situation where the housing deficit is so huge, so you never will experience a crash. But of course, there could be some slowdown. However, I foresee more of growth because one, politicians are out, giving freebies now. And so people are becoming a bit more liquid compared to before. So a lot of Nigerians who are back at home might be able to start investing. But those in diaspora, if they're affected by the job losses, that could affect them still. We're also saying that for Nigeria, the three major candidates, APC, PDP, and Labour, are pro-business. So we're saying that after the election, whoever wins, you are likely to have a more pro-business policies that will also help the real estate sector to go better.
Okay, for those who would like to buy or invest with G-Test Homes, what are the appropriate channels to go through?
Beautiful. So in Nigeria, we have about 7 offices. Because of the project 1,000 housing units, we're trying to open 10 more offices where the houses are being built. So between now and the end of the year, we have 10 more offices being added. So you can visit any of our offices. Outside Nigeria, we have offices in Dubai, in US, and UK. So what you want to do is just Google GTEX Homes. You see our offices, you can walk up there or email info@GTEX Homes. Or you can just call us as well on the numbers online. I'm sure if you Google our name, you see all our data. We're ready. We have fantastic people ready to work with you, guide you, and even give you a lot of tips and counsel on some of the best places to invest to get high returns on investment.
Great. So what advice do you have for people in 2023? Whether they be employees or entrepreneurs, it'd be great to hear your advice to them.
Well, my advice would be that cut down your expenditure. If you have 3 cars, maybe this is the year you want to, or can you do it 1? Okay, but increase your investment in assets. Because what always happens is that during recession or during tough economic season, you are able to buy at a cheaper rate. Even for me as a person, I'd invested more in real estate in the last 2 years than I've done in the previous years because Nigeria had experienced some tough season economically. And that was, for me, the best time to buy property at a more affordable price because once the economy picks up, of course, there will be more liquid, but you are also still buying at a more higher price. So cut down your expenditure. Cut down things that are not assets. And in our own definition of asset is not a car, except you're using it for Uber. The house you live in is not an asset, except you're using it for Airbnb or you're renting a part of it out. So whatever generates more income is an asset. Whatever is taking money away from you is a liability. And that's how we see it in our world of financial intelligence. And I encourage that people go in that direction. How do you cut down? And then how do you also see to invest in assets? Lastly, for entrepreneurs, my advice would be think of being flexible, right? Because the company or your subsidiary giving you the less income might be the one giving you the highest income in a tough season. that we're about entering into. And of course, if you're flexible enough, you're dynamic. We started as a bulk SMS company, digital marketing, but being dynamic enough to evolve into a real estate company in 2015, has become one of the best decisions we've made. This year, we're back into doing software. We're going to be launching a lot of software later in the year, but we're able to go back into tech, having enough funds to sustain our ideas till they become, ideas that can float on their own. A lot of our colleagues who remain in tech eventually still had people just buying them out of the great ideas they had, and still ended up with nothing. So you have to be flexible as an entrepreneur and be dynamic, and hopefully we'll pull through.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, for your time this morning. Dr. Akintayo is Managing Director, GTEx Homes, as well as the founder of the Stephen Akintayo Foundation.